This is a Trident killer tutorial video, so let's get into this. So these are your standard Trident killers. Obviously we're building a new one today that's not the standard one. So these are the standard Trident killers you have, and they are pretty good, but however they lack a thing where mobs will jump and they will miss getting killed by the Trident killer. For example, let me do this. And they will jump and they'll get on top of the Trident, on top of the pistons, which will allow them to not die. And obviously, when a mob doesn't die, then it's going to reach the mob cap and entirely lower the rates of your farm, which is not going to be good. This one kind of fixes that issue just a little bit. I mean, they can still jump, they're just less likely to do it because of the water, and also the XP flows through this little thing, which means all XP exits the Trident killer, which means less lag, and it's just a lot better. So to be honest, I would never build this Trident killer. I would probably always go for this one, but however, in this video, I've got an even better Trident killer. Now, Silent Whisper did a design just like mine. However, his does not work anymore. So what I have done is done a brief update to Silent Whisper's design and made it work and made it better. Obviously, in his videos, he only used this Trident killer to kill guardians. And it couldn't kill baby mobs, so it couldn't be used on all different farms in general. However, this Trident killer right here can be used on any mob, no matter what. So, if we go here, let me first throw in the Tridents. Then let's turn the Trident killer on. As you can see, perfectly kills them. The campfires kill them as well. The campfires do extra damage to the mobs. You don't really need to use campfires. You can use brewing stands. You can use just any. I wouldn't say things that are too low, but you need to have things that are less than a block, pretty much, because the problem with Silent Whisper's design is if you use it, it destroys the minecart, which is the whole purpose of this Trident killer, is the mob gets in the minecart and it dies, because that prevents the mob from jumping from the Trident killer. So therefore, the mob can be instantly killed. Well, not instantly, but fast. This design is completely interchangeable, aka you can add more chambers to it if you want. You can add more killing chambers. Hence this design right here. This is really overkill for chambers. This will absolutely melt anything. I would mainly use this version on a guardian farm, because you obviously need such a powerful Trident killer to even deal with guardians. So this is one I would use for a guardian farm, and this one is absolutely a tank of a killer. So that's what it will do. It will absolutely butcher any mobs that even challenge it. Then this right here, obviously baby pigmen can't be killed by the Tridents. Baby pigmen cannot be killed by campfires. However, any other baby will be killed by the campfires. Down here. Any baby mobs will be killed by those campfires. However, baby pigmen are immune to fire damage. So, obviously, what I have done is I have used conduits, because conduits will damage mobs in water. So I made a water-based design for baby pigmen. So what if I show you this one? Let me throw the tridents in first. Obviously, You don't need to put multiple modules on. I suggest it for certain farms. For a creeper farm, I would not max it out. I would only do the original design over here with only the one module, because you don't need more than one module of it. Alright, let's turn it on. There we go. Absolutely kills them all. You can hear the baby pigmen dying from the conduits. They do take a bit of time. You can obviously stack the conduits to increase the damage to the baby pigments if you choose to. But it kills the baby pigments and means that you gain all the XP and absolutely destroys the enemies. So this is what I would use for a gold farm. You can use a standard trident killer for a gold farm, but you can't use for the creepers. You can't use this one for the creepers because they glitch out of this one, which kind of sucks. But for a gold farm, this could work. But if you want to, I would go with the upgraded version. Let me clear the weather. I would use this upgraded version if you really want to. If you want to absolutely destroy mobs, this is the best way to do it if you want to kill them as fast as possible. Then you can actually change the designs depending on the mobs that you're killing. So this one would be made for an iron golem farm, which would be really good for an iron golem farm. Because obviously a trident killer on an iron farm would be insane, because I mean, looting free for killing iron golems. Are you kidding me? Like, that's absolutely amazing. And as you can see, you get absolutely destroyed by this trident killer. Ooh, this guy escaped. But as you can see, absolutely melted. And the best thing about this design is you can turn that off, turn the trident killer off. Say you're AFK in the world, you're gone, and you're exploring the world, and you just want to passively kill them. Then what you can do is you can click this button, which releases lava buckets, and you can then kill them passively, which the campfires and the lava will kill them separately, which means that you will get passive income. And as you can see, works perfectly fine. These are the main ones that I would use in a world. I would only put these ones in your world. However, there is an added feature of this. So obviously, because we can stack conduits, we can increase the damage of what conduits do by having multiple conduits. So in this case, what I have set up is this kill chamber here, with obviously only one module, because this certain mob cannot get in minecarts, but this system works to kill them. Right, so if I turn the trident killer on, then it kills the warden. This trident killer can kill the warden. The warden has 500 hearts, so it's pretty insane to be killing the warden with a trident killer. And as you can see, it kills it pretty fast as well, which is insane. I believe we calculated it to be 20 seconds to kill the warden. which 20 seconds to kill a warden automatically is absolutely insane. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial video is I'm going to teach you how to build each one of these trident killers except from the warden one, because obviously you won't need that one in a world, because the block that the warden produces you can just pick up with silk touch in the actual anciency itself, so you won't really need this at all. But if you want a video on it at a later date, let me know and I will do one. It's just pointless for this video. However, I will be showing the iron farm killer, the pigmen killer, the just overpowered killer, and obviously the standardized version, which is still as good. It's still absolutely amazing, especially for creepers. I can't stress this enough. For creepers, this is the best killer to have, 100%. Right, now if I get to business and show you how to build it. First, with this trident killer, what you're going to need is you're going to need to set up the chest system in order to pick up the items. Then you want 2 hoppers going into that chest, so when you drop an item, it's going to go in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 soul campfires on top of that, so it looks like this. Then we want to put 2 stairs on top of that chest, and then we want to crouch and place blocks there. Okay, we want to extend this back so we can have a water flow going in, and then we want to increase this up by 2, and then we want a then we want signs here so we can stop the water flow, because obviously water will turn off the campfires, which you don't want, because you want to burn the mobs. Okay, so then we want to place this like this to build a barrier. And now we're going to need to get our water buckets, place them in here, and as you can see, it does not turn off the campfires, which we want. Okay, now we just destroy that really quick so we can get our minecarts in place, because obviously we want the mobs to get into the minecarts so they don't jump around. Alright, now, fun thing with minecarts, if you hit the corner here, it's actually way easier to push them in, like this. See? And there we go. Let's just do another one. Perfect. See, they're both perfectly in place now. Nothing can go wrong with them. They stay perfectly in place. And then we put our water back. Alright. There we go. And then we want to make our drop chute, which is going to be this. Then we want our 2 chests. Here and here. Obviously, there is a chance that the campfire will kill the mob before the trident killer can, which then you wouldn't get the loot in free effect. I've never seen it happen. I've never seen that happen, but obviously there's always a chance of it. So if you don't want to use campfires and you don't want to kill them extremely fast, like you don't want to maximize the efficiency of killing, and you want to make sure you have 100% guarantee of the trident killing the mob, then just use brewing stands. You can use brewing stands, you can use, I believe, you can also use, let me get a shovel. You can also use that block right there. Because it's lower than an actual block, it should not destroy the minecart, which is the main thing. The Trident actually destroys the minecart in the other versions of the farm. In Silent Whispers design, the minecart gets destroyed. However, if you do this, it doesn't get destroyed. But I use campfires because that gives an extra damage to the mob, and to be honest, the Trident is usually the thing that kills the mob 100% of the time from what I've seen. Or my farms are just stupidly overproductive. Could be that reason, but I genuinely know it's because of the Trident killer. It does what it's meant to do. And then we want our pistons, which are going to be 2 on the back here. Let's get our pistons. Alright. So then we want a block here. We want this like this. I'm going to put this here and this here. This is just so the Trident can't be pushed out the way. I've never seen it get pushed out the way, but it's just an extra precaution just in case. Then we want to do this like this. Do this system right here. The reason most people would obviously do it the other way around, where it's a redstone connection. The reason I do the torch is I will show you in a second. Then we need a lever. So, if you were to do a redstone instead in this location and do this, let me just do this. Okay. It would be always powered here, which would be hard to chuck your tridents in. So it's always best to make sure the redstone torch is there. And then you have your piece of redstone here. And then you want to turn this round like this. There we go. So your repeater is facing this way. You've got your redstone here. And you've got your redstone torch there. It doesn't matter where your lever is. Your lever can be on this side. Or it can be on this side. But no matter what, these will be deactivated, which means you can throw your tridents in, which is perfect. Alright, so now if we give this a go, throw one trident in there, one trident in there, and then we power this. Let's extend the chamber a little bit upwards so we have a little bit of a drop. Doesn't matter how big the drop is because obviously got water here, so it will negate full damage. Okay, now let's get our creepers. There we go. It can kill 2 creepers at a time. Obviously, when one creeper dies, the other one will go in. Which is exactly what you want. Sometimes they push against the water, but it kills them so fast, it's ridiculous. You won't need any other design for a creeper farm. This is the best version. And the best thing is, they can't escape. They don't escape and they don't blow up. Because many designs, many designs make the creepers escape. And when they escape, it obviously blows up the entire farm. And then what can you do? There's nothing you can do at that point. You're just stuck without a farm. And if you want to be able to collect the XP from the creepers, I mean, I wouldn't because they give so much. They give practically nothing when it comes to XP. You can just simply because creepers cannot see you through trapdoors. So you can just do this. And then you can just sit right here and collect all the XP. Shouldn't be a problem. However, you need to make sure you don't pick up the tridents. So I would probably stand a little bit more this way. Like, probably about right here would be perfect. Just so you don't pick up that trident. Or you can just move this to this side. Right here. And then you won't pick up your tridents. Which, this design is now done. And this is just for your standard creeper farm. This is what I would use for your creeper farm. No matter if you use 4 chunks, no matter how powerful your creeper farm is, this will do perfectly fine. It's absolutely perfect. They can't escape. You can get XP, you can get gunpowder, you can use the looting effect. Everything perfect with this Trident killer. This is what I would use on a creeper farm 100% of the time. That's the Trident killer for the creeper farm. Right, now the Trident killer for the gold farm, or anything with piglins, this uses conduits. So first, what we want is, let me double check. Yeah. So what you want is, you want this design. Let's get the hoppers and the chests. Let me just quickly show you what is the recipe. Well, everything you need. Everything you should need is in here. You won't need 64 hoppers. You should only need around 10. I'd say you should only need like 10 hoppers. But you can count along when I'm actually building it. Okay, so let's put the double chest in. Then you want six hoppers like this. Then you want 2 hoppers going into each side. Like this. Then you want your campfires. Obviously, you can use most blocks, but I just prefer to use campfires. Don't worry, they're not going to be turned on for this one. So then, what you do is, we need this like this. There we go. Then we just build up the edges. We need, obviously, a stair above here. Perfect. And we just build up the walls. There we go. Then let's just put this final bit in here. Then you can just drop a single water bucket to turn off all your campfires, because you don't need them on for this version of the Trident killer. Let's now get rid of that. Then the next step is you want you get your pistons. Then you want this like this. In fact, let's do the minecarts first. One like this. Push it in. Then next one here. Push it in. Then one here, one here. There we go. And there we go. Then, boom, boom. Perfect. Then you've got all your needed minecarts in place. So now let's do the pistons. There we go. There we go. Push stairs into here. I find it best to do it like this. There we go. Boom. And then boom. There we go. Then let's get this in place. Boom. Boom. Now you have all the stairs in place. You just need to add water to all these stairs. So waterlog all these stairs. This means that the mobs will always be in water at all times, so therefore the conduit will always be working on them. Then you want water here, so it flows them and pushes them and makes sure they go in the minecarts. And then you need to add your chests, which go here, here, and here. So the chests make sure they don't take any suffocation damage. I just prefer that they don't. Yes, it's a way to increase the damage on those mobs, but personally, I don't think you need suffocation damage as part of the Trident killer. Alright, so let's just increase the drop chute. Now let's add the pistons. The piston system is very simple. And obviously, you can make it so you can trigger it from any location just by sending a signal into this location. If you send a signal into this block, then it will power this piece of redstone and it will stop the system. So you can put the lever over here, you can put the lever over here, you can put the lever wherever you want to power the farm. You don't have to have it right here if you don't want to. But let's carry on. So then what you need to do is this right here, this right here, and this right here. And then let's get the structure blocks. Here, 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 there. Place a block here. Just get the main structure of the farm up. Then we continue this round. There we go. Now, a great thing I like to do is I like the game to obviously decide where, rather than counting 15 redstone dusts to figure out where it wants to connect it, I prefer to just place down the redstone. There we go. Now we can actually see how far it goes. It doesn't go here. So then, when you realize where it doesn't go, boom, perfect. Then we just add a lever. Let's put it on this side. Obviously, your collections chest is here. If you want the lever over here, you just send a signal to this right here, and you can be perfectly down here. For example, if I was to do this, then I was to, oh, wrong thing. We could even use a redstone torch. Doesn't hurt to do something like this. Okay. You could even power it like this. As long as you're sending a signal into one of the sides, it's not going to matter. So So then, perfect. So you can trigger it from any location as long as you have a redstone signal going into this piece of redstone dust. Or this top block here, but I prefer to do the redstone dust because you can access it from underneath. And you can access it from all sides. Lastly, let's get onto our iron golem killer. Now, you may be saying, oh, what about cats? Cats spawn in an iron farm. See those campfires at the bottom there? That will kill the cats. Simple. It gets you string as well in an iron farm, so there's your string. Obviously, you can't get the looting effect on the cats because the cats are too small, so therefore you can't get the looting effect killing the cats, getting more string. So, let's get into the iron farm version of this Trident killer. Okay, let's go. Let's give this a shot. Let's show you this chest. Shows you everything you should need. Not in the quantities that it should be, but this is everything you will need for this farm. Obviously, you're going to need 2 lava buckets, because 1 in this dispenser, 1 in this dispenser, and your button right here to turn your lava on and off. Now let's get into it. Okay, so first order of business. You're going to want your chest system. So just like this. Obviously, there is 3 Trident killers. The reason I do a free drop shoot on the Iron Golem farm is because when it's a 2 drop shoot, aka like this, for example, they push it into each other and refuse to drop down the hole. Because they push into each other and refuse to drop down the hole, that brings down the rates of your iron farm because they're just not killing fast enough. So if you do a 3x3 drop shoot, they do not push into each other, therefore they go straight down the hole into the Trident killer and die. And that kills them as fast as possible, which is perfect. And it's not so hard to make it a 3x3 drop shoot using signs. So, it's just more effective for killing them as fast as possible. Which, as you know, when a mob is in the mob farm, it takes up the mob cap, which means less rates. Let's grab some of those magma blocks out of the chest. Here we are. So, we want our campfires on here. We want our magma blocks like this. Then we want our structure blocks in place like this. Then we want to go all around. Perfectly done. Make sure there is no gaps. The reason we have no gaps, we don't want any mobs escaping, because if they escape, they're not dying. Then we want to add our stairs in here. Then a row of blocks here. Then we want a row of signs right here, which is absolutely perfect. Then you would have your lava just above there. So let's get our dispensers. Ooh. Swipe that. Pick block. Absolutely amazing. Then you want to put your dispensers in like this. Perfect, perfect. Then on top of this, you want your chests. 3 chests. Doesn't matter where they connect. There we go. Perfect. Grab that. Now, because there is lava in these right here, obviously, this is a place that can set fire to burn your chests. So that's why we waterlog our pistons, so there's water flowing in right here. So let's quickly sort that out. We do this right here. There we go. Then we just want to cover all points where the water can flow out. Then we want to waterlog it. There we go. And then we want to connect our dispensers. There we go. Connect the dispensers there. And there we go. Let's get rid of this right here. So we can put our water in place that flows into this. But what we're going to do is our minecarts first here. I know I jump all over the place when it comes to farm building, but just follow along to your best of your ability. Be free to pause the video and reverse the video to any parts that you struggle on. And if you have any questions, it's Mr. Rips NG on Xbox, and you can just message me on Xbox and say, hey, can you come check out this? And hopefully I will have time to come help you on your worlds. I don't mind doing some technical support if needs be. Alright, now let's put in a row of blocks here. Then lastly, you're going to need just a row of signs across here. There we go. Absolutely perfect. So then your lava doesn't flow over to your water and create a mess. And here you have your drop chute. Your 3x3. Oh, by the way, for this farm, you just need your conduits either side. Just one block out. You should know how to build a conduit. Conduit just needs to be one block out on each side. But let's go back to our iron farm. Right, now let's get the mechanics done. So obviously we've connected this with redstone down here to our dispensers that dispense our lava. Then we need our button. Let me just grab any button. There we go. So you have your button there. Then you need your 2 lava buckets. Let's go put them in this right here. One there. And one there. Then when you hit your button, your lava dispenses perfectly. So that will be your passive killer fully set up. So that's the passive version fully done. Right, now we connect the redstone here. Right here. Here we go. 1 block down here, 1 block here. Then we want our redstone torch. There. There. And then a repeater facing into here. And there we go. Again, just for my satisfaction. Let's get our mob egg. Look how fast that dies. Absolutely perfect. Obviously, most iron farms don't spawn this many golems, especially on Bedrock. So the fact that it can handle that many golems at the same time, if you have a iron farm that produces 4 iron golems per time, that's what I have, then this is absolutely amazing for killing iron golems. I mean, just getting the looting free effect and just killing them so fast is such a bonus when having an iron farm. What more do you need when it comes to a Trident killer to be able to kill every single mob, no matter what the mob is? Baby zombies, any kind of creature. This does not absolutely care about anything. It just kills, which is perfect. It's what, no matter what you have in your farm, it will do the job. You could stick this one right here on a general mob farm and it will destroy anything. Because obviously, most Trident killers, you would have problems with a general mob farm because it produces so many mobs, so many different mobs, that just wouldn't be able to die. Some witches refuse to die by Trident killers for some reason. This will kill them. No matter what your situation is, I definitely recommend sticking a Trident killer on it. And obviously, I've done a Trident killer for all the main mobs that require different Trident killers. If you will require any other assistance, any other mobs, leave it in the description and I will do it. If any bigger YouTubers want to cover these designs and do it in a different way, I would appreciate a shout out if possible. I would really appreciate a shout out, you know, just to say I did something. Say if Silent wants to cover it, I would be honoured to have, you know, this design covered on Silent's channel, and I would be absolutely honoured, and I would super appreciate it. But yeah, that kills everything you need, and it's fully updated to kill every mob you want. Obviously, killing wardens that quick in 20 seconds, what more could you really ask for? Absolutely amazing. But there's all your Trident killers. If you want me to do any farms, put in the chat down below of the video, just saying what farms you want, and I will cover it in my next redstone video. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, leave comments please, and I will see you guys in the next redstone tutorial. Deuces.